Hey all, Chris Bassett here, and in this video I'll be showing you how to create a custom loadout for Warzone. Let's get into it. So here we are over on the Warzone menu. We've loaded into the game. You're going to want to tab over one menu to the right to where it says Weapons. I'm using an Xbox controller, so that's RB. In order to create a custom loadout, you need to be at least level 4. Then you'll be able to use the loadout option. If you're under level 4, you'll have preset classes. But once you're above level 4, you can then create a custom class. So I'm going to highlight the top option and then I will begin to modify it. So the first decision you have to make is what do you want for a primary weapon? By cycling left and right with the D-pad, you can choose which game the primary weapon will come from, whether it's Black Ops 6, Modern Warfare 2, or Modern Warfare 3. You can then select the weapon category you'd like to use, whether that's assault rifles, battle rifles, SMGs, LMGs, shotguns, marksman rifles, or sniper rifles. You can cycle through the options with the LB or RB trigger. If this is your first time playing the game, I recommend you pick up the Black Ops 6 XM4 assault rifle. Once you've chose your weapon, you can then press X to go to the gunsmith and add attachments to that weapon. Normally, you can put up to 5 attachments on your weapons. They include optics, a muzzle, a barrel, an underbarrel, a magazine, a rear grip, a stock, a laser, and fire mods. Each of these attachments change your weapon in a positive or negative way. They affect the gun's performance, handling, how it looks, and how it feels. The upper right-hand corner will have a description of what that attachment does for the weapon. And just below that description is a pros and cons list that you can use to help build your gun. If you look in the lower right-hand corner, there's a stat bar that shows the positive and negative things that are happening to your gun, as green for positive and red for negative. If you want a more detailed view on the stats of the gun, use the RT trigger to toggle the details. This will bring up another menu that shows detailed information on all the gun stats. This also brings up some details of how the firepower, accuracy, mobility, and handling stats act in real time. So for example, you want to aim down sights quicker? Add a grip. You want to move faster while strafing? Add a stock. You want to be stealthy and not be shown on the minimap? Add a suppressor. The higher your fire rate, the faster your bullets come out of the gun. The higher your bullet velocity, the faster the bullets travel. There's nearly unlimited builds to make, so try what you like and see what works for you. Also, while we're in this menu, we can make some cosmetic changes by hitting the RB or LB button to the Customize menu. Go over to Customize, you can put different camos on your gun. You can unlock different camos by completing the challenges. If you look at the upper right-hand corner, it'll give you the conditions for that challenge, like get 5 eliminations, 10 eliminations, so on and so forth. You can also switch between the different game modes, whether you're playing multiplayer, zombies, or Warzone. Each mode has its own challenges and camos to unlock. You can change the reticles, which is how the dot would look as you're aiming down sight your weapon. You can also add accessories, decals, or stickers to your weapon. These are unlocked through either in-game events, in-game challenges. You can purchase them on the store, or sometimes they come as free gifts periodically. I recently got an accessory, a sticker, and a weapon skin by watching Twitch. Sometimes Twitch has drops, you link your accounts, and then you get some free stuff from that too. And then also around seasonal holidays, the Call of Duty store will give free gifts. You just gotta scroll through it until you find the option where it says free gift. Alright, so we'll go ahead and head back out to the loadout menu, and in this slot you can choose your secondary weapon. Your secondary weapon would include a pistol, a launcher, or a special weapon. However, if you have Overkill equipped as your wildcard, you can equip 2 primaries. And then something interesting about Black Ops 6 is you have a dedicated melee weapon. So you can choose a melee weapon that you have at all times, whether that be a sword, a drill, a bat, but you can pick your melee weapon and have that on your person. And then on the loadout screen underneath your weapon categories is your tactical and lethal equipment. So tactical equipment can be used to disorient or confuse opponents, and lethal equipment can be used to blow up or burn the enemy. Just like before, a description of each item can be found in the upper right-hand corner. I highly recommend reading all the descriptions and seeing what works for your playstyle. Next, let's talk about the perks. You have 3 perk categories, 1, 2, and 3, and each of the perks do something different or modify an ability in combat. In Warzone, you can have 3 perks in your loadout slot, but you can also pick up perks off the ground, so you can have a total of 6 perks. And in certain modes, you can have a specialist perk that you find that grants all 18 perks. I'll be doing some videos where I go into detail on the perks, so stay tuned for that. Underneath the perks category is the wildcard categories. And this is what I was talking about. If you wanted 2 primaries, you'd equip the overkill wildcard, and that would give you the ability to have 2 primaries at the same time. Bandolier allows you to carry 4 tacticals and 4 lethals instead of 2 and 2. Gunfighter allows 8 attachments on your weapon instead of 5. And then Battle Ready, you get a UAV and a utility box when you grab your loadout. If you depress the left thumbstick, you go to the gun range, and here you can test out your guns, see how they shoot and feel, and make modifications if you want, before you take them into battle. And then when you're ready to leave, you just hit start and then press exit range by holding down the X button. If you're wondering why you don't have some perks, lethals, tacticals available like I do, it's because you need to be certain levels to unlock guns, unlock attachments. So if you come over to the barracks, you can go to where it says level unlocks, and in here you can see the entire progression from 1 to 55. You can see what items unlock at what levels, and then you can even see what those items do by reading the descriptions. So while tacticals, lethals, perks, and weapons all unlock as your character levels up, in order to unlock different attachments for your weapon, you'll need to use that weapon in-game to gain weapon experience. So right here on the screen in the upper left-hand corner is my character level. Right now I'm currently level 50. When you hit level 55, that's the maximum level. However, upon reaching 55, you can then prestige, which will allow you to reset your level to 1 and keep an unlock token for an item that you choose to unlock permanently. You can then earn various cosmetics, challenges, camos, calling cards, and emblems after prestiging. But all your items that you've unlocked will be relocked, and you'll have to go through the leveling process again. Hey, check out some other videos over here. I've got some links in the description if you want to help support. Please use those links. I'd really appreciate it. Any other questions or comments, put below. Thanks.